Welcome to the Ordinary Marathoner Podcast.
Good morning and welcome to the Ordinary Daily version. Ooh, what was that? The Ordinary Daily version of the Ordinary Marathoner Podcast. My name is Scott. I'll be your host today. It is March 26th, 124 days left to Lake Placid. Weighing in at 220.5 this morning. If I could compare that to last week, where I was, I think I was 221.8 or something. I feel pretty good about the weight. The diet's been going okay the last few days. Definitely need to keep some focus on it and keep working on it. And it'll be good. We'll be good. It's about 6 o'clock. I did start this podcast a little earlier, and my data card ran out of storage. You know, doing this video, it's like I don't have any frame of reference as to how things work. Like battery life of my camera was one of them. Obviously now data storage on these cards, and I bought a pretty expensive card too, so it should have a lot of room. But it's still video files and it's still big files, so I'm not too surprised that I filled it up quickly, but I guess it's better that it ran out today than if it ran out tomorrow when I'm on the road doing interviews with Ramon Burmo, Vin Russo. I had 2 interviews tomorrow, so I do need a lot of data storage. So I got to make sure, just one of those things when you travel and you do this kind of stuff, I'm nervous as hell because I don't know how I'm going to travel with all this. As a matter of fact, after this podcast, one of the things I got to do is I got to just start taking stuff down and packing it and putting it in the car for tomorrow. Now, Stephanie's actually in New York today, which means this podcast could end at any moment. At any moment, I have the baby monitor right here. She is out like a light right now, but that can end at any time. Now, she typically sleeps till 7:30, and it is now 6. Yesterday, she woke up at like 6:30. So who knows? Hopefully, she'll stay down for a little bit. So as far as the schedule is concerned, over the next couple of days, tomorrow morning, the intention is to get up and do a podcast for you guys, an Ordinary Daily, and then pack up the last bit of my stuff and leave. So you won't get the video. You will get probably an audio version on YouTube. I'll try to upload that, and we'll see how it goes. You guys can see if on the video I'm wearing my Ordinary Marathon orange shirt. This thing rocked last year. So I do want to mention the Ordinary Marathon. Again, this is the last week you can enter. The race is April 27 to May 5th. This week is the last week you can enter and still get both your personalized bib and ensure that you get your t-shirt on time if you order it. So please head on over to ordinarymarathon.com and get that done. It's going to be a blast. We're raising money for the SAM Fund. It's a great cause. All the people that are going to be posting their runs, it is, it's super fun. And you can get your picture onto our video. We had the video is just awesome from last year. Made it myself. Very proud of that because I had no video chops. I just made that all on my own. And it came out really good. So you can check that out too. I think the video is actually on the registration page. We have the Max Mile for Debbie Early's dog in memory of Debbie Early's dog, Max, from last year, who was such a great part of the race. And just a lot of money going to charity. We're really excited about it. So looking forward to that. And if you haven't registered, get on over to ordinarymarathon.com and register now. Today's podcast will probably be a little bit on the shorter side, only because I do have a lot going on. Ooh, she's rolling around. Please don't make noise. This is what you deal with. I do want to talk about yesterday's training. So yesterday I did get outside and I did an outdoor run. It was one of my first real outdoor runs of training. I've been outside a couple times, but this was like it was 50 degrees, beautiful weather. I've been doing most of my runs on the treadmill indoors. And so yesterday getting outside was key. It was key. And what I think what I learned yesterday from being outside was, and you should know this already, and really I do, but this is just sort of making it a little bit more realistic for me. Outside and treadmill are different animals. And I know that, but it was, I guess kind of, opened my eyes a little bit. Now, put it this way, 2 years ago, I set my half marathon PR right around this time of the year. So it was late April. And I set my half marathon PR at a 9:05 pace. So I'm thinking I should be right around there, if not a little bit better. And I've done a 9-minute pace on the treadmill for 5 miles. And so I'm thinking that's where my pace should be. And I kind of tried not to rely so much on the Garmin and just run and be comfortable. And the thing, it beeps every mile. So every time I hit a mile, it vibrates and I can look and I see my pace, which I use. But other than that, it was just get out there, be comfortable, and run. So right away, the first decision I need to make when I do this run. So this is this run, how it's laid out. It's a mile run to the trail. The trail itself is a 5K, and then about a mile back. All in all, it's 5.41 miles. Now, when I leave my house on this run that I do all the time, the very first thing that I'm confronted with is a steep uphill, about, a quarter mile to a little bit, maybe a little more. And my first choice every time I do this run is, all right, am I ready to attack this hill right off the bat? Not warmed up. I haven't run outside in a long time. Now I know I need hills. And so yes, that was the decision yesterday, was that kind of overruled, right? I know I need hills. Lake Placid is very hilly. Don't leave the hill out. Now, if you leave the hill out, that's pretty much the only hill, or at least the major hill. I guess you kind of have to get back up it on the way in, but on the way back, but that's less steep. It's more gradual. So it doesn't bother me as much. But, knowing I had the Lake Placid hills and I got to get up this hill. So I started running outside as soon as I got out the door. Now, the first mile I did in 10:20, which, considering the hill, isn't so bad. That's kind of where I probably would have thought I'd be, going up that hill. And the thing is, my overall pace, I was running, there was a couple times I thought of, the thought of stopping. I don't know why it festers in my mind all the time. It's like, and it sometimes it just is there, and I think about it all, like almost like at mile 3, I'll be like, you could just stop and walk the rest of the way. Sometimes I literally think this. I think, if I stop at mile 3, what am I going to tell people on the podcast? And you have the Garmin, and the Garmin uploads to, I think I'm set up on Strava, and a lot of you guys follow me. I don't really use Strava a lot. I don't use it a lot. I use it, I set it up, and it downloads data on its own through my phone, and then it'll upload it. And then I guess a whole bunch of messages from people who like my workouts, but I don't ever use that data or look at it. But I know that you guys can keep me accountable that way, right? So if I go out and I want to run 5 miles, or I want to run this thing, which is 5.4 miles, I know that it's going to hit up on Strava, and you guys are going to see it and hold me accountable. And these thoughts go through my mind as I'm running. And it's like, yesterday I was able to kind of put them aside and overcome them, but they were there. And I don't know, some runs, occasionally I do have runs where I just attack it and I love it and I'm having a great day and things just work out well. And I finish and I'm like, wow, that was awesome. Yesterday wasn't awesome. It was definitely a battle against those thoughts and thoughts of stopping, thoughts of, walking the rest of the way, or at least taking a little break. And I overcame them, which they're positive and negative. Positive is, yes, I overcame them. Negative is I had those thoughts to begin, in the beginning. So, not in the beginning of running, but just at all. The fact that I had them at all, was just a little concerning to me. Now, my overall pace was a 9:43, and I've done 5-mile runs on the treadmill here, and I've done it at 9-minute flat, a little bit through 9 minutes in the last month or two. So a little disappointed in pace. I don't know. I'm trying to kind of gauge where I am versus where I was 2 years ago. Maybe that's stupid to do. But I wonder if you guys do this from year to year. I wonder if you guys, hey, I had a great year in 2014 and I could run this pace at this time in late March. So where am I this year? Well, where I am this year compared to 2017 is I was able to do a half marathon at a 9:05 pace in 2017. And right now I did 5.4 miles at a 9:43 pace, and I felt like I gave it a lot. So the translation is poor. Now you could say that the race that I ran, the half marathon I ran, was in late April, and therefore I do have a month of training to get that fast. And you could say I haven't run outside, so maybe I was just getting used to it a little bit. My legs were not, they were pretty fresh. They weren't overworked. So, I'm just wondering if you guys do that. Do you guys actually ever compare from year to year to see, all right, what kind of year is this going to be? Where am I this year versus where I was in a good year? Where am I this year versus where I was in a bad year? And how does it stack up for the rest of, your season? I don't know. I don't know that I necessarily really go over that in my mind if I've done that in prior years, but maybe now that I've gotten like a good 4 or 5 years under my belt of running, I think that way. Maybe that's just sort of a transformation in where you go. But that's where we are right now. That's where we are. So, hey, I got out there. I got my 5.4 miles done. I know I didn't lift yesterday. Stephanie went to New York, so, I had the baby. I probably could have lifted with the baby. It's probably a poor excuse. But I got to bed early last night. I feel pretty good. I feel pretty confident. Now, today, I have a swim and a bike. I have a very small window to get this done, about 8 o'clock this morning to 3 o'clock. And really, I'm going to be putting this video together, and it usually takes me till 9:30. She is moving. It takes me till 9:30 to get this stuff done. It might even take me longer today since I have Ellie. Oh, she's eyes are open. This could be bad. But it's good, though. She's cute. She's up. Yeah, she's up. She's cute, though. Yeah, so today, swim then bike. And that's what it is. It is, I got to get a swim workout from someone. Anyway, I'll be doing that as soon as the video gets uploaded. And I think that's the order I'm going to attack it, since obviously triathlon, you do the swim, then you do the bike. So that's the order, and we'll hopefully get that done. And then I got to start packing this stuff away. I'm so nervous about going to New York and setting this stuff up and screwing something up and not being able to get these video interviews done. But I really want to do them. I feel like this is sort of like our next. By the way, you know what YouTube did to me? And I'm guessing it's YouTube because it doesn't make sense otherwise. So we have our YouTube channel, and I look at that subscriber number constantly, and I just kind of want it to go up. By the way, so subscribe if you can. It really helps me out. So it got up to like 71, and the other day we got our 71st subscriber, and I called Sam and said, "Hey, look, we got another subscriber." She's so excited. And then I woke up yesterday and I went on YouTube and we were down to 68. It's like, was it something I said? I don't know. Maybe the show sucks. I don't know. We lost 3 people. I don't get it. And I know, so YouTube does have like, I don't know. I feel like, this is what I feel like. There's no way I said something to get 3 people that within the same small time frame decided, hey, I'm going to unsubscribe. Now, maybe it was one person with 3 accounts, but it seems to me more of a possibility that YouTube probably did some kind of sweep and just eliminated three subscribers, which is really strange. It makes you want and there's something weird going on with social media, guys. And I know that it's like a big thing in the news about how they monitor stuff and kick people off and suspend accounts and all this stuff. And it's a big deal. But I kind of hope that the running community doesn't really affect as much. I know there's a lot going on in politics. We stay away from politics on the show. I try to, at least. And it's, I think at this moment in history, it's like one of those things where you can be, if you follow politics, you can be depressed, you can be excited, depending on what side you're on. You could be defensive, you can be aggressive, you can take on personalities when you're on social media that aren't you. You can open fake accounts. You can argue with people that you don't know who may or may not be real. And I think for me, this community that we're in, this running community, And those who stay away from constantly talking about this stuff within the running community. Now, I'm not saying don't have political opinions. I'm not saying don't voice them. Do what you feel is necessary on your own point in time. But when you're in the running community and when you're alongside us, I don't care if you're Democrat or Republican. If you're listening to the show, I don't care. I probably have some fairly strong opinions. I don't really voice them. I've learned over the years, I don't want to argue with anybody, because people just seem so steadfast in their ways. They're not going to change. I have my own beliefs. And I keep them to myself. And if someone wants to talk to me about it and ask me about it, I'm happy to share. You probably have to wrench it out of me, because I don't usually share too easily. Because I just don't want to explain. I don't want to argue. It's worthless. But within the frame of the running community, and within, we're all fighting the same battle, guys. We're all fighting the same battle of, we all live in the same world. And why am I going to waste my energy arguing on pointless stuff that isn't going to change anyone's mind anyway? And it's sad. It's a sort of a sad commentary on where we've gone. Because I feel like when I grew up, it wasn't this way, and you can sort of talk to people and vocalize, and maybe that's sort of the, I don't know, I guess the innocence of youth, right? But now I'm just like, you know what? Who cares? Who cares? The government swipes 50% of my paycheck, and they start wars that I don't really, here I go, right? That I don't really agree with, and put lives at risk that I don't really, at my name with my money. They do think, I can't live in that world. What I live in is myself, my family, how to make myself better. And that's what I get. That's the energy I get from this community. And that's what I love. Is that Democrat or Republican, we fight the same battle. We get up early, we run, or we have trouble getting up early and we talk about it. We put training programs together or training plans together. We set goals. We try to achieve them. We cheer each other on. I mean, I specifically know some of you guys have polar opposite political views than I do. I don't care. I want you to get up early if that's your goal. I want you to go run and finish your miles if that's your goal. I want you to accomplish your race goals. I want you to hit that pace. I want, this is, I think, what kind of sets us apart. It's almost like a little bit of light in a world of anxiety, depression, anger, arguments. This is like the light. This is the speck of light that we get. Is that we can all become better people through this, and I feel like it's actually, wow, what a kind of diatribe I went on. I got my daughter waking up and, completely unplanned, guys, but we're all in this together. That's what it comes down to, is we're all in this together. And, as far as I know, I get up in the morning, I try to make every day great, and I get it. We're going to wrap it up here. So yesterday's, and I think about it, yesterday's run, that's pretty cool. I got out. It's pretty cool. I finally got outside and got a good run in. The pace wasn't what it was, but you know what? Hey, I'm working towards something bigger, something better. I got 124 days to get ready to accomplish a huge goal, a huge milestone in my life. I'm ready. I'm ready to attack this 124 days left. 124 great days left. Don't waste one. Don't waste one. And you know the line, guys. You know the line by now. If you listen to the show, if you hung with me for 19 minutes and 12 seconds. Every day is an ordinary day. It takes you to make it extraordinary. So let's get after it. Let's get a good one in today, guys. Get going.
Remember to like our video and subscribe to our channel.